When I first took over the farm, nobody even knew that dusty old road existed. It was just this rough little trail winding between two ridges, brushing past a dry creek and spilling out into my father's fields like a secret the land kept for itself. Dad always called it the old back vein, said everything that mattered, seed, feed, tractors, workers, even his casket when the time came, rode down that path, no permission needed. For decades, that road was as much a part of the farm as the oaks and the fence posts, just sitting there, half forgotten, except for a few frantic weeks every year when harvest season hit and the big trucks came rolling in. Funny thing, nobody ever made a fuss. The subdivision and its precious HOA didn't even exist when that road was carved out. And our house was always just outside their boundary. The only catch, the access road cut through a little sliver of HOA land, right by their stormwater pond. That's where the trouble started, right? Where old habits and new rulers bump into each other and sparks fly. I remember when the HOA was nothing more than a few neighbors with too much time and a stack of clipboards. But you let those folks get some power and watch what happens. They hired a management company, started handing out fines like candy, and after a few years, the whole place felt less like a neighborhood and more like a feudal kingdom. Karen Delaney was queen. Blonde, sharp-eyed, always in a lemon-yellow sweater, always clutching an iPad with a spiderweb crack through the screen. She ran the HOA like a personal fiefdom. People didn't fight back. Most folks just wanted peace, or at least the illusion of it. But that year, harvest came late. Rain held off, the wheat got tall and stubborn, and I had a crew. Ready, 6 trucks, for seasonal guys, the works. The day before the first truck arrived, I walked the road like I always did, coffee steaming in my hand, checking the ruts. That's when I saw it, a brand new sign staked right into the dirt. NO through traffic. HOA maintained road. Trespassers will be reported. I just stared at it. This road hadn't been maintained by anybody but me for years. Next thing I know, here comes Karen in her golf cart. Neighborhood watch flag flapping in the breeze. Not even a wave. Just that look like I was trespassing on my own land. She hit me with the "you can't run trucks through here anymore" routine. I told her plain, this is my access road. She handed me a printed letter, all official-like, citing noise ordinances, easement rights, the whole song and dance. Then she rolled off. The next morning, the road was chained and padlocked, like it was her backyard. I wish I could tell you I handled it with grace. Truth is, I stood there feeling helpless as hell. My crew was waiting, my harvest window shrinking by the minute. Every hour lost meant money lost, maybe the whole season. I called my lawyer. He told me it could take weeks, maybe months to fight it. Weeks I didn't have. So that night, I sat on the porch, staring at that chained road, angry and humiliated, until something old and stubborn in me started to stir. I'd faced bigger bullies than Karen Delaney, just not with a clipboard. That night, I dusted off every document I could find, land deeds, old maps, my father's files, even the HOA bylaws. By dawn, I had a case. I emailed it all to a land use attorney, Jerome Keller, who was slow but thorough. His reply came back, "You have the right of access. Don't let them scare you." That was all I needed. But Karen didn't back off. She doubled down. A fine came next, $250 for unauthorized vehicle staging. My crew got spooked. 2 guys quit, not wanting any part of a legal mess. I talked to my neighbor Dale, an old cop who'd seen Karen's games before. He told me she'd been itching for a fight ever since she got that president's badge. He suggested I talk to Sheriff Morales, a buddy from my Army days. Morales was county sheriff now, and still sharp as ever. I sent him everything: letters, deeds, photos, even an old Thanksgiving snapshot from overseas. Next day, Morales wrote back, "I remember that road. Let's talk." By the time I met him at the county office, Karen's campaign had gone nuclear. Barricades, signs threatening towing, plastic fencing, the works. She even listed Derek's Towing, a local guy I'd known for years. When I called, he sounded sheepish. She said she had authority. I didn't know it was your land. The final straw came when I found Karen on the hill above the creek, binoculars out, watching my fields. I confronted her. She called it documentation. I started recording her right back. Sent the video to Morales. He replied, "Useful." Monday morning, the road was chained again, but now with steel cables and fresh concrete posts. Karen wasn't just enforcing rules, she was building a wall. That night, I pulled out everything. My father's original deed, the old notarized map showing the easement, meeting minutes I'd gotten from a resigned board member. I emailed the lot to Keller, who called me back late that night, voice tight with excitement. You've got generational precedent, municipal acknowledgement, topographic continuity. This is a protected agricultural right-of-way. With Keller's help, I filed a claim against the HOA, not just for access but for damages, lost crops, legal fees, the whole 9 yards. And I made it official with the county, sent everything to the state HOA commission, started keeping a record of every interaction, every attempt at intimidation. Dale rallied a few neighbors. Turns out I wasn't the only one Karen had harassed. Soon, folks started talking about a recall petition. It was like someone had finally cracked the spell she'd cast over the place. Still, Karen fought back. New fines, threatening letters. A construction crew one morning installing a decorative fence right across my easement. I called Morales. He rolled up with court papers, emergency injunction, removal of all barriers. 3 county bulldozers roared through and crushed Karen's improvements in a single morning. The neighbors came out to watch. When the barricades fell, they started clapping, slow at first. Then more and more. For the first time in months, I didn't feel alone. Karen tried to save face, sending out newsletters, spreading rumors, even showing up at people's doors to scare them into siding with her. It didn't work. The recall petition gained steam, more neighbors signed on, and the board was forced to schedule a vote. At the big meeting, Karen tried to take control, but Keller was there, and so were dozens of fed-up homeowners. When the vote came, it wasn't even close. Karen was suspended on the spot. I walked out into the night feeling 10 pounds lighter. A week later, Karen's house was up for sale. She left without a word. The HOA president decal scraped off her golf cart. Cheryl took over as interim president, and the very first thing she did was invite everyone to a potluck, just to talk, just to heal. The wall of fear was gone. The county made the road official, put my father's name on a wooden sign at the entry. Dale and the others started planning a harvest festival. We cleared the old orchard, set up tables, and laughed like we hadn't in years. Morales even showed up out of uniform, leaning against my truck, grinning. You did more than open a road, he said. You opened their eyes. That's what sticks with me most. Not the lawsuits, not even the victory, but the way a single fight for what's right can wake up a whole community. I stood by the oak where my father rests and whispered, "We're still here, Dad. The road's still open. The next season will come, the harvest will rise again, and this land, our land, won't ever forget who stood their ground." So tell me, what would you have done? Would you have backed down or stood up? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about what real justice, real community, and real courage looks like, right here, right now.